Welcome to the Excel Master Plan, a planner, organizer, notes manager, project tool. It can do a lot of things. This is really for a quick start. Now, when you open your file, you'll probably end up, if it's the first time, on the About page. And at the top, you'll probably see an Enable button. If you do, please click it. It is a macro, so you need to be able to authorize it by clicking the Enable macro. Once it's enabled, you should end up on the To-Do tab. If for some reason it doesn't take you there, close the file and reopen it. And by the way, this is a good time to save the file to a trusted location. Let's do the first test. You should go into the menu by clicking the menu button, and you want to grab your Outlook calendar just to see how it looks on a spreadsheet. So we enter X. It could be upper or lower X, as it is right here. Click OK. You will see a date. You can change this date, but mine is set to 9/30/2024. Say OK. And there, it pulled in some information that I have set up. Now you see there's a lot of space to the right. If you want to open it up, let's say you had lots of info that came in, you could always move that column E over. What you will notice is that everything that comes in from your calendar will say OOC, which stands for Outlook Calendar. If the calendar is only for a single day, it will only have a single date. If it's over a number of days, it will have a date range. You'll also notice that it identifies what day of the week it is. And it gives you a T date. Now T minus 10 means it's 10 days away. T minus 11 days away. If it was already done, it would say just like a T10 if it was 10 days previous that it was done. Other things that provide you for any activity, it tells you the time, the start time and the end time. If it's an all-day activity, it doesn't give you a range. In addition to the start and end time, it also provides the start time and military time. This is good for sorting. If you have multiple things on the same day, this is the sort column that helps determine the order, if they have the exact same name especially. You can see that we're sharing some comments here. This comment holds some key information. Over here we tell who sent it, but over here it also shares who's required to be in the meeting. And if anybody's optional, it shows them also. If there's detail, it will show the detail in that area again. Let's do something else. Let's go over we are on the To-Do tab, and we'll always be there. Again, the menu is, it's not a sheet, it's actually a button. And new record is also a button. So let's add a new record. We're going to call it test. And this is a test. When you do this, it brings up a date. It's always today's date. Today's the 15th. You can change it if you'd like. Say OK. You can add an end date. If it's just today, you don't need to add an end date. You could put a numeric value. Again, we're recommending that you use the military date, because if things are the same name on a single date, it's probably a good way to keep it organized. And so we added test, and test is right there. It does provide us a date stamp right there. That date stamp is permanent. If we sort this, one of the things it does for any activity on today, it will give it a different color. In this case, beige. Let's do another one. You don't have to use the automation to put new records in. You could also just do it your own. You could do test 2. You could call it second test. Now, when you do this and it's just for today, you don't have to put this date in, because the sort process will put it in. So here you got test 2, and it put the date in today. If it was a different day, obviously you would need to put that in. Now, Remember we were talking about that T date? It says this is Thursday, by the way. But if we change this, and by the way, your date always get changed to what I call the dot dates. It takes a little bit less room. So let's try this. Let's change this to '07. So I changed it to '07. It says it's Thursday, but when I run the sort, it will look at that date and says, well, it's no longer Thursday. In fact, the 7th was on a Wednesday, and it was 8 days ago. So you can see how that might change. And the color changed also because it is not today. But if we did extend the range to, let's say we add in this date, let's say the 30th. And then we do sort. You can see it's now highlighted because this range includes today. Other things you can do, let's say you have these dates and you have a range right here. You can also look at this as a Gantt chart by Control-Shift-S, or you can go to the menu and just select S from the menu. S is for schedule. And you can see a Gantt chart here. In the documentation, I tell you how to change individual lines to different colors. Now let's do a search. Now, there's not a lot of data here, but this is just for you to get started. The search is F, I'm sorry. And if you went here, you'll see that there's an F option here, Find and Filter Records. So this is at the record level. Let's say we're going to do an F for Find. Now we need to tell what we want to find. Let's just do the OLC, which stands for the Outlook Calendar. You can see that it pulls it in and it highlights the characters that it found. Now, at times you want to drill down further. You don't want all the Outlook Calendar things. So maybe you want to find all day. So you could do the same thing, Control-Shift. And in this case, it captured what you did last time. It only captures the first one. But you can say, I want to see all day activities. And let's just put all. And there it is. It highlighted all. Now, I could have said more than all. I could have said all day. And in this case, it highlighted all day, and that's what it captured. So this is just the way to get started. It does a lot more than this, and the documentation will take you through it. Thank you.